Do you plan to go to university or college in Canada and pay for it using OSAP, or do you already currently have OSAP student loan debt that you are currently in repayment for? If you're worried about having to repay OSAP student loans, then this video is for you. I will describe 2 loopholes that, if used strategically, will not require you to repay your OSAP student loans ever, no matter the total amount of the loan. There are 2 ways that you do not have to repay a student loan in Canada. The first loophole is if you decide to go to school to be a doctor or a nurse. If this is what you're in school for or planning to go to school for, then there's a way that you do not have to repay your student loans and can have them forgiven. Medical eligibility. You need to start your current employment as an eligible medical professional in an underserved rural or remote community on or after July 1st, 2011. You have to have been employed for a full year, which is considered 12 consecutive months in an underserved rural or remote community. This does not apply to residents in family medicine. You have to also have provided in-person services for a minimum of 400 hours in that community. Your Canada student loans have to also be in good standing. The good news is that you can actually apply for the Canada student loan forgiveness for family doctors and nurses if you're a full-time or part-time student, as well as if you're currently in repayment for your student loan or are in the 6-month non-repayment period. Eligible medical professionals include family doctors, family medicine residents in training with an accredited medical school in Canada, registered nurses, registered psychiatric nurses, registered practical nurses, nurse practitioners. And the key to this is that you have to serve in underserved rural or remote communities. And there is a postal code lookup tool that I will include in the description box, which allows you to verify if the community you're working in is a designated community. Here is a hack for this requirement. All you have to do is 400 hours total of in-person services, but there is nothing that prevents you from working in multiple places at the same time. You just have to complete the 400 hours total requirement. The second loophole, and the one that probably applies to more people, is that there is a way you can take any program in university or college with government funding OSAP and not have to repay anything at all. Here is all you have to do in order to not have to repay your student loans. While you're in school receiving OSAP and bursaries, save at least $1,000 out of the money for when you graduate. The moment you graduate, you're going to have about a 6-month grace period before you're required to repay your student loans. Within that time frame, you'll use some of the money that you've saved to set up a corporation related to what you went to school for. If you don't know how to set up a corporation, I have included a link in the description box below where you can get incorporated for only $4.99. Then, all you have to do is anytime you get a job opportunity, have the company pay you as a contractor through your corporation, not to you as an employee. Then, set a reminder on your phone so that way you apply for the Repayment Assistance Program, which I'll refer to going forward as RAP, for right after your first 6 months out of school. And then set subsequent reminders for every 6 months after that to continue applying for the RAP program. The RAP application takes less than 5 minutes to complete and needs to be done 2 times per year for 10 years. After the 10 years you finish school, regardless of how much student loans you owe, the government will repay the principal and interest that you owed, and therefore you will not have to repay your student loans. Now, for those of you that say, well, I can only apply for the RAP program and pay $0 if I'm not making any income. Yes, that is true. And as mentioned previously, you will not be earning any personal income because if you followed the directions earlier, you would have incorporated, which creates a corporate entity, and then requested that anyone who pays you through the company. This separates your company's assets and income from your own assets and income as an individual. Therefore, you will be able to apply for the RAP program successfully as long as you're not using the funds for your individual needs. The expenses have to be considered a reasonable expense for your particular business, which can give you some flexibility in terms of how you spend your business revenue. If you are liking how this sounds so far, but you're worried about not being able to buy a house in your own name for at least 10 years or buy a car in your own name for at least 10 years, don't sweat it. And here's why. You can own your home through your corporation, and you can own your vehicle through your corporation as well. So even though your name may not be on the house or the car, believe it or not, it's a good thing because it gives you better liability protection and tax write-offs. And since you are the one who controls the corporation, not having your name on these assets means nothing. I hope this video helps you not stress about your student loan OSAP. But if you are still confused about how to avoid having to repay your student loan debt, please reach out to me directly at moneytimecoaching.com, and we can have a one-on-one session to strategize how you can avoid paying student loans through the loophole I described. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Money Time Coaching channel below so you don't miss any of this helpful content going forward. Also, don't forget to check out the description box where there are a lot of helpful links there that can really help take your finances to the next level. Please ensure you follow me on all social media platforms. The links have been provided as well in the description box below. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.
Subscribe now.